For this one, what did y'all say? Did 7 and 9?
Yep.
When I combine those, what do I get? We have positive 7 and negative 9.
I didn't know that was negative.
So we have a negative 2p. Okay, does negative 1 have any like terms?
Yes.
What happens when you combine those? There we go. And we talked about it a little bit yesterday, I think, how we talked about what order things go in, right? So we go like our biggest exponents down to no exponents. And so our variables typically go first, okay? What about for 7? What do we do for 7? Yep. So that's a lot of things. So y'all said 5x. What other one?
Negative x.
What else? Okay, what is 5x minus 3x? Or what is 5x minus 1x?
4x.
What is 4x plus 3x? Okay. Does 7y have any friends?
2y.
And what is those two combined?
9.
All right. We're going to flip to the back. So on the back, we're going to talk about what we do with exponents. So when we're combining like terms and we have a bunch of exponents in there, okay? So terms with the same exponents or a combination of variables and exponents are considered to be like terms. When you combine two things with exponents, you do not change the exponents, okay? So like 2x squared plus 2x squared is 4x squared, okay? Nothing changes that exponent. The only time you'll change exponents is if you multiply or divide, okay? So let's go ahead and look at number 1. Let me see which ones I want to do, actually. Actually, I think I want to do the even ones on this one. Okay, for this one, what are my like terms? And 4 into the 5th. So we're going to have n to the 5th for sure. What is negative 15 plus 4 though? There we go. That's our answer. For 12, what do we do? What's our like term with 8k squared?
No.
What is it? 2k squared. Yeah, there we go. So what is 8k squared minus 2k squared? 6k squared. Okay, does negative k have any friends? What? It does?
5k.
Okay, what is negative k minus 5k? Negative 6k. What about 7? Does 7 have any friends? No, 7's a little lonely. Poor 7. All right, what about 14? Does 14 have any like terms? So if we have k, or x squared, now I'm doing it. If we have x squared, does that have any like terms? So we're going to put it first. Does 2xy have any like terms? What? So what is 2xy minus 7xy? Negative 5xy. Okay. Then at the end, does 4y squared have any like terms? So this one is a little bit different, right? Because this one has both x and y terms. Okay. When you have x and y terms, you start with whichever one's first alphabetically. So x goes first. And then this one still has an x in it, so it still has to go. Then we go to the other one. Okay, it goes alphabetical order. Then we have this last one here. This one's got a lot of terms. Does 4x squared have any like terms?
Yeah.
Negative 3x. Negative 3x squared, my bad. What is 4x squared minus 3x squared? Just plain old x squared. What goes next? What term would go next? Yeah, x. So do I have any terms with x in it? And if you combine those, what do you get? Okay, do I have any terms without an x? Negative 7, does it have a friend? What is negative 7 minus 6? There we go. That is how we do that. Anybody have any questions on combining like terms, or are we good? Okay. We're going to go ahead and look at the geometric application real fast. We're not going to do a bunch of these. We're just going to do one to talk about it. So this one, it asks us what's the perimeter. What does perimeter mean? Do y'all remember that? Yeah, to go all the way around the outside. So if we go all the way around the outside of this, it would essentially be saying 2x plus 1 plus x plus 3x. Y'all agree? Yeah. So what is our like terms? 2x, 3x, and x. So what does all of those add up to get? Okay. What is the other term that we have? Does it have any friends? So it just goes over there. And that's our answer. What's your question? Okay, then we're going to do one more of these. Which one? 19? Okay, so 19, I will tell you how to do 19. So 19, what is the distance of this side over here? Yeah, that's just y plus 2. What about this one here? Yep. Okay, that's how you do that. Then you just combine your like terms. But 20, it does have the most going on. So we don't even have to write this all out as an addition problem if we don't want to. We can just find our like terms. What is our like terms? K squared. K squared. K squared. And 2k squared, right? What is k squared plus k squared? 2k squared. What is 2k squared plus k squared? 3k squared. What is 3k squared plus 2k squared? What was that? 5k squared, yes. Does negative 9k have any friends? Yep, we have a k here, and we have a k here. What is k plus k?
2.
Yeah. So what is negative 9 plus 2?
Negative 7.
So negative 7k. Does 23 have a friend? What is 23 minus 17?
6.
Yeah. It took me a second. I was trying to do that mental math real fast. I do not have my answer key over here with me today. But yeah, that is all combining like terms in. You find the ones that are friends that look alike, and then they go on. All right, so we're going to look at the distributive property today too. All right, so first we're going to do this part right here. If I want to distribute A into that parentheses next to it, how do I do that? I'll give y'all a second. I've been going fast. My bad. So how would I do that top problem right there? I got to multiply. So I multiply A times what? So A times B, which gives us AB. Then what else do I do? Yep. What is A times C? Positive or negative? So we get positive AC. That's all that is. And then it wants us to do the same thing but with a negative in there. So what do I do first on the bottom one? which is just AB. Then what? Minus AC, because I got to multiply these two together. There we go. That is the distributive property. That is all we have to do. Okay? We've all seen the distributive property before, correct? Okay, does anybody not have an idea of what they need to do with the distributive property before we even start? Because that kind of helps me out. If you don't know, it's okay to say so. No one will judge you. This is a judge-free zone, and if I catch you doing otherwise, that's not going to be okay. That's not going to fly. Because we're all trying to learn. Everybody needs to have a safe space to learn, because we all learn at different paces, we all learn different ways, and we all have different things we struggle with, and that is A-okay. Just because someone struggles on something you find easy, who knows? You might struggle on something they find easy. And you all might struggle on something I find easy. Do what? Sweetheart, I have a whole math degree. Whole math's offered at Baker High School. I find that way. But what I mean by that is, like, I'm not going to judge you if you don't know something. We can't judge each other if we don't know something. We got to work together to figure it out. Now, for this one, we are going to go down that center column, and we're just going to do all of those in the center column. We're doing the distributive property now. All right, for this one, what do I do first? 2 times B, which gives us what? To be or not to be? To be or not to be? Number 2. 2 times B, to be. To be or not to be? That is the question. Yes, ma'am. It was a lame joke. Most of my jokes are lame, and that's okay.
I didn't get that first, and I was like, huh?
Aaliyah's pretty laughy this morning. Pretty. And it makes me really yesterday.
All right, now what do I do after 2b? What is 2 times negative 3? There we go, that's our answer. Problems like number 5 actually are where a lot of people will make mistakes with the distributive property. They'll just put the minus sign with the first term and not distribute the whole thing. That's not what we do. We have to take that minus sign and go through everything. So if I have a negative and a positive, what does that make? So we get negative y. But then we have a negative and a negative, which makes, so we get a positive 9. We got the giggles. You know, I have started making seating charts for other classes.
We're talking about this. They just don't know how to get it together. I accidentally hit the bottom of the table and made noise like a guitar.
Do it again.
That's most definitely not what it sounded like at first. It's not what that sounded like at first. But that's what happened. And she said, what in the world kind of music do we have going on in here?
Who knows?
That's what I started.
I don't know. All right. What about for 8? What do I need to do for number 8? 5 times 2m. What is 5 times 2m? Then what do I need to do? Which is? And then those aren't like terms, are they? Okay, so I can't combine them. Okay, for 11, what do I do first? What is x times y? What is x times 4? That's it. That's all we got to do.
Is it the same thing for 13?
Yeah, but it's got 3 terms.
So whenever the negatives
It's on the inside and also on the outside. It's still right.
What was your question? Repeat it.
When there's a minus sign.
On the inside.
Yeah.
So here's a minus sign, but this one here is positive, so it's still going to be negative, yeah.
But what if it was flipped? It would still be the same.
It would still be negative. The only time it won't be, the only time it'll like fully change sign is if they're both negative. All right, now, what about for 14? Okay, for 14, it's got 3 terms now. Does that change anything that I've been doing, or do I just have to multiply one more time? So 2 times x is going to give us, then what is 2 times negative y? Then 2 times 8 is? That's our answer. All right, now, somewhere along the way in math, we decided we don't like fractions. We decided we hate them and they're terrible and horrible. This year, we're going to give fractions another chance, okay? We're going to have an open mind and we're going to give fractions another chance and we're going to try to not freak out when we see a fraction, okay? We're going to try. Do what? You'll be okay, I promise. So, A, our calculators can multiply fractions, which helps. B, it's really not bad. So, we're going to look at this one. So, when we go to multiply fractions, we multiply them straight across. So, what is 1 times 3? What is 6 times 5? And then I just put my x over there. Now, 18 can be written as a fraction. How can I write 18 as a fraction? Yep. So what is 1 times 18? What is 6 times 1? There we go. Can I simplify 3 over 30? To what? Yep, so we get 1/10 x plus, can I simplify 18 over 6? What? It is 3. And there we go. We're done. Fractions are not scary. No. They're too buff. Yes. All right. So the second half of these examples, they just want us to distribute and then combine like terms. So do the thing we did at the beginning and then do the thing we just did. Okay? So let's go ahead and do number 19. We're going to go down through all the odds. Sweetheart. We are going to not make fun of my accent most of the time. If you get 1 comment a day. You get 1 comment a day. You were making fun of Taylor's? Okay, cool. Yeah, you get 1 comment on my accent a day. That's it.
Miss Dawson, such your accent.
Horrible?
I never said that.
I think you said that.
Me? Exactly.
So rude. My accent is pretty bad,
I
though.
don't even know what that word means.
Like, it is pretty bad.
What was that?
Wow.
What is that? Yes.
You know where I'm from?
Where?
You know what we're having for lunch?
No.
I don't know what that is.
When there's like a Y on the inside, like, is that automatic?
I'm probably still gonna have to eat it.
It's whatever sign's in front of it. If there's no sign in front of it, it's positive, yeah. All right, y'all, let's look at 19. What is the first step? I distribute 8 times, what is 8 times 2x? Okay, then I need to do 8 times negative 3, which is?
24. Negative 24.
Then I just bring down my negative 6. Can I combine anything? What? What is 16x minus 6x? So So we get 10x minus 24. Now let's look at 20. Y'all got any questions on 19? If y'all do, it's okay. Jalen, a question?
What? No.
Okay, I'm just asking. Logan, a question? You have a question? Benny, do you have a question? Aaliyah, do you have a question? Mackenzie, do you have a question? Zany, do you have a question? Did I say it right? Charlie, do you got a question? All right. 421. Okay. Is anything happening to this 10 in front? No, so I'm just going to bring it down. But I have to distribute this negative sign. Do y'all see that? How it's right outside my parentheses? So a negative and a positive make a negative. But a negative and a negative make a. And then we just bring down our minus y at the end. Can I combine anything? What do I need to combine to go first? So what is negative y minus y? And you're not subtracting a negative. So like, you're not saying minus minus.
You're just putting them together.
Yeah. Okay, does 10 have a like term? What? What is 10 plus 6? There we go. Now we have another one with a fraction. It's not so scary, I promise. It's not so scary. We're going to multiply straight across just like we did last time. Yes? You could have, but to be in like standard form, it goes that way. Well, here's the thing. I'm not going to count you off if you tell me 16 plus negative 2y, but another math teacher might. Because that's something like you're doing the math correctly. You combined your like terms. You just didn't put it into the standard form that is considered correct mathematically. But like you're fully right. So it's just, that's why I say standard form. You have to put it there because you'll need to be able to do that in Algebra 2 next year. But also, I'm not going to count off points if you don't. Do what? All right, now let's look at 23. It's a fraction one, and then we're done.
Oh, we're done like completely?
Well, I don't know. We'll see. It depends on the time. Okay, so we have to multiply these two fractions. What is 9 times 10? Okay, what is 4 times 3? So then we have an x. Then I'm going to do the same thing here. What is technically underneath that 4? So what is 9 times negative 4? Okay, over 4 times 1. L through Q. The video for this will be on Schoology today, as well as all the others. You have 10 minutes. So that's up to you. Technically, it's all in front of it. When you're like plugging stuff into the calculator, sometimes it's easier to go in the middle or go to the top. When you're like simplifying stuff and everything, sometimes it's easier. And it's supposed to be in the middle. I just put it there.
What if they're like both negative?
They're both negative? Then what's a negative divided by a negative? Positive. So you won't ever have a... All right, y'all. For this next one, what's underneath that 2? Yeah, and then underneath the 8 is also going to be a 1. So what is 1 times 2?
2.
Okay, but since this is negative, it'll be a negative 2. Okay, now 4 times 1 is? Then we have an x. Then we're going to do the same thing over here. What is 1? These are both negative, so a negative and a negative are going to make a 1 times 8 is 4 times 1 is. Now we're going to simplify what we can. Okay, can we simplify 9 over 12? Use your calculator if you need to. Yeah, it'll be 15 over. Yep. Then, can we simplify negative 36 over 4? It'll be negative. What is 36 divided by 4? I didn't hear you say 9. Did you say it?
Oh, no, I was like about to say it.
Oh, okay. Now I have a negative. What is 2/4 simplify to? 1/2. So we get 1/2 x. Can I simplify 8 over 4? To what? Yep. Now it's combining like terms. Does 15/2 x have a like term? Yep. Can I just go ahead and combine those? Yeah, because they have the same what? Okay, so what is 15/2 minus 1/2? 14/2. So we get 14/2, which, do you want to go ahead and simplify 14/2? What is that? So we get 7x. Then can I do negative 9 and 2? What does that give me? That's our answer.
So if it doesn't simplify itself,
Leave it as a fraction.